This is TurtleWoW patch 1.18, every class, every spec, with a focus on PvP. We'll go through all the key buffs, nerfs, reworks, and brand new abilities, and at the end, I'll tell you who I think are the top 3 winners for player versus player in this patch. Let's get into it. The latest news on PvP on Turtle is the fact that the war mode is getting a pretty big shakeup in patch 1.18. With battlegrounds now letting you level entirely through PvP. Here's the gist of it. Battlegrounds now lets you level entirely through PvP. When you turn on war mode, you're in permanent PvP. There's no turning it off unless you quit the challenge. You can disable it only once while leveling, and it ends automatically when you hit level 60, at least for now. They might extend it past 60 later, but only if it won't mess with PvP rankings. You also can't enable it at character creation anymore. Instead, you'll need to speak to a battle master in your capital city. The idea being that you really know what you're signing up for before committing. The rewards? You'll get 10% more reputation from battleground sources, 5% more XP from open world kills, and a big 20% more XP from anything in battlegrounds and arenas, wins, losses, objectives, flag captures, even killing enemy commanders. One thing to note though, with a big 15% reduction to the XP you earn compared to the old system, we might actually see less open world PvP, as some players decide the grind isn't worth it. They've also broken down exactly how much XP you'll get for each battleground objective, so you'll know exactly what you're working toward. The bottom line, war mode is now a bigger commitment, but the rewards are stronger if you're serious about living that PvP life. Before we talk about the class changes, let's cover the general PvP updates, because this patch isn't just about tuning numbers, it's bringing entirely new ways to play. First up, rated arena teams are now a reality. Grab a couple of friends and climb the ladder together. Whether you're a veteran arena player or brand new to competitive PvP, this is your chance to prove yourself. There are also exclusive rewards tied to rated play, so you'll have more than bragging rights to fight for. Leveling purely through PvP is now an option. Battlegrounds will reward experience, letting you go from low level to max without touching a single quest or dungeon if you want. Just remember to turn off experience, gain if you're twinking or don't want to level up. One of the biggest structural changes to PvP comes in the form of a universal modifier. Whenever you step into a battleground or arena, you'll automatically get adjustments that reduce incoming physical and magical damage, as well as healing and shielding received. The exact numbers will be revealed later, but the goal is to tone down burst damage and make fights last longer, so skill and strategy matter more than split-second nukes. Patch 1.18 also adds a brand new arena map, brings back 2 versus 2 arenas, and officially launches rated arena teams. Warsong Gulch will now apply a stacking debuff to anyone holding the flag for too long, making them progressively easier to kill. And if you're hiding in an unintended safe spot, you'll take damage over time until you move. That list of spots will be updated continuously. And that's just phase 1. Patch 1.181 will overhaul PvP rewards and gear progression so that gearing through PvP is a truly viable endgame path. The honor system is getting a partial rework to make top ranks less of an endless grind. We'll also see several new open world PvP events and an entirely new battleground. The devs went with a universal debuff instead of adding a PvP only stat, like resilience, because they want PvP gear to stay competitive in PvE, and vice versa. That means if you gear up through battlegrounds and arenas, you can still raid without feeling like you're wearing paper armor. And one more thing, cross-faction battlegrounds are coming soon in a future patch. When that happens, queue times should drop sharply, letting you jump into matches much faster no matter which side you play. 1.18 is shaping up to be one of the biggest PvP updates TurtleWoW has ever seen, and the fight's about to get a whole lot more interesting. Druids gain a brand new ability called Reshift. It instantly cancels and reapplies your current form for 35% of your base mana, working with all forms except Swift Travel form. This opens the door for fast energy resets, defensive form swaps, and reaction plays in PvP. You can now use certain consumables like Juju's, Gift of Arthes, Lucidity potions and bandages without leaving cat or bear form. This is huge for uptime and survivability in fights. Tiger's Fury now regenerates 10 energy every 3 seconds, adding sustained pressure between bursts. Ferocious Bite's extra energy now increases damage by 0.5% per energy, scaling better in geared situations. Rip's duration now scales with combo points, from 10 seconds at 1 combo point to 18 seconds at 5, making it harder to shake off bleeds. Feral Talons have been reshaped. Open Wounds boosts Rip damage by up to 15% and increases claw damage per active bleed by up to 30%. Improved Shred's bonus damage is now unconditional, and a brand new talent called Carnage heals you for up to 10% of the damage dealt by certain abilities, and gives Ferocious Bite up to a 20% chance per combo point to refresh, Rake and Rip, while adding a combo point. This creates potential for endless bleed uptime in PvP. Balanced Druids get range increases for Abolish Poison and Remove Curse through Nature's Reach, and Eclipse is reworked into 2 separate buffs, Arcane Eclipse from Wrath and Nature Eclipse from Starfire, each boosting damage for 15 seconds based on your crit chance. Restoration sees smoother healing from Rejuvenation and Regrowth, and Tree of Life now gains 180% more armor from gear. Mage's Flamestrike now casts half a second faster, making it easier to land in choke fights. Fire's Blast Wave cooldown drops from 45 to 30 seconds, with Talons increasing its radius by up to 20%, making it more threatening in clumped PvP fights. Ignite's duration returns to 4 seconds, rewarding quick bursts coordination. Arcane's Master of Elements refund increases to 45% of base mana at max rank, keeping pressure up longer. Small shifts, but they make mages more consistent in drawn-out PvP. Hunters get a brand new pet command called Take Position, letting you send your pet to a specific spot with full line of sight rules. This is game-changing for avoiding cleaves and controlling pet engagement in PvP. Aspects now appear on the stance bar for quicker swaps. You can no longer swap pets in combat or during feigned death, with Bramble Claw swaps locked for 1 minute after combat, reducing pet abuse. Mongoose Bite now strikes with both weapons when dual wielding. Rapid Fire boosts all attack speed instead of just ranged. Growl's focus cost is cut to 10. Pet C scaling buffs. Abilities like Screech and Furious Howl now scale with attack power, and Boar Charge adds 35% of attack power to its next hit. Beast Mastery gains new tools. Coordinated Assault makes your pet's next attack deal bonus damage after you use key abilities. Pathfinding boosts pet and player movement speed. Bestial Discipline lowers pet special cooldowns, and Bestial Precision now adds up to 18% spell hit for pets. The new Keystone Kill command instantly removes crowd control from your pet and makes its next 2 abilities crit for 50% extra damage. And the new Capstone Baited Shot deals heavy ranged weapon damage and causes the target to take 15% more pet damage for 10 seconds, while feeding your pet extra focus. This creates dangerous burst windows. Survival gets Lacerot, a bleed usable only after a crit, which deals 35% of your attack power upfront and 20% over 8 seconds, with bonuses when striking from the side or rear. Paladin's Hand of Freedom's cooldown increases from 20 to 24 seconds, a minor hit to mobility. Divine Shield's damage reduction rises from 50 to 60%, making bubble plays safer. Holy gets a reworked Daybreak, a heal that triggers the next time your target takes damage within 30 seconds. Holy Shock's damage is restored at all ranks, bringing back its poke potential. Retribution loses some spell power, scaling on Crusader Strike and Seal of Righteousness, slightly lowering Hybrid Burst. Priest of Vampiric Embrace is finally instant cast again, letting Shadow Priests react faster to damage windows. Shadow Mend is overhauled. It heals faster for more, costs far less mana, but also damages the caster for half the effective healing done. This is now a high-risk, high-reward triage spell in PvP. Holy Nova's mana cost is reduced and threat lowered, allowing more frequent group healing and damage in fights. Empowered Champion and Proclaimed Champion scale better, with player stats giving stronger group buffs in organized PvP. Shaman's totems gain 10 more yards of range, and Tremor Totem now reaches 40 yards. Fire totems inherit your crit and hit chance, making them more dangerous. A brand new spell, Molten Blast, refreshes Flame Shock from range and commands your Searing Totem to focus the target. Great for ignoring nature resistances in PvP. Elemental gets new control tools. Flame Shock's range can be boosted, Searing Totem's attack speed can be improved, and the new Capstone Earthquake deals heavy AoE damage, slows enemies in a 10-yard zone, and explodes in an aftershock 4 seconds later. Enhancement sees Storm Strike Keys Nature bonus increase to 25%, more instant spell crit chance, and new threat talents. Restoration gains an instant cast Spirit Link with a 35-yard range that lasts 20 seconds, letting you redistribute health among allies mid-fight. Rogues get a passive 7% movement speed boost from Quick-Footed, and a new armor ignoring poison called Dissolvent Poison. Subtlety is loaded with new toys. Improved Ghostly Strike now speeds up you and nearby allies, and Sap and Blind now apply a damage reduction after they end. Hemorrhage's cost drops from 45 to 40 energy. Preparation's cooldown falls from 10 minutes to 7. The new talent, Cloaked in Shadows, grants you and party members within 20 yards a shield when you vanish, absorbing damage equal to 6 or 12% of your maximum health for 20 seconds. This can swing team fights in your favor instantly. Another new finisher, Shadow of Death, stores a portion of all damage taken by the target for 6 seconds, then deals it back as physical damage. This creates lethal burst opportunities when timed with crowd control. Mark for Death is reworked to grant both attack and spell power to your group for 8 seconds, scaling off your own stats. Subtlety now brings utility, survivability, and kill pressure all in one. Warlocks get Take Position for pets matching the Hunter command. Health funnel and mana funnel range increases to 30 yards. Stones can be used in combat, and Rain of Fire ticks every second instead of every 2, doubling its pressure rate. Spellstone is reworked into a consumable that instantly removes all magic effects from you and creates a magic absorption shield for 30 seconds. Curse of Exhaustion's base slow is reduced to 10%, but a new talent can bring it back up to 30%, adding build choices in PvP. Warriors Execute no longer has a cooldown, a huge boost to execute phase pressure. Arms gets Master Strike, a new keystone ability that changes its effect depending on your weapon type, adding things like disarm, silences, or roots. Mortal Strike and Slam both deal more damage, and Precision Cut is reworked to increase execute space damage by up to 45%. Fury gains faster charge cooldowns, Flurry now speeds up slam casts, and Blood Drinker is reworked to heal you for a portion of your damage during certain buffs. Berserker Rage now has up to a 100% chance to break movement impairing effects while generating rage. Protection gains rage from Concussive Blow instead of spending it. Top 3 PvP winners. Number 1, Subtlety Rogue. Between Cloaked in Shadows, party-wide shields, Shadow of Death's burst finisher, faster preparation, cheaper hemorrhage, and new group buffs. Sub-rogues are now team fight kings. Number 2, Feral Druid. Reshift tech, consumables in form, Carnage, Bleed, Refresh. Stronger Tiger's Fury and improved bleed uptime give ferals constant pressure and survivability. Number 3, Beast Mastery Hunter. Take position for pet control, kill command, and baited shot for deadly burst. Scaling pet abilities and improved movement talents make BM a far more dangerous PvP spec. And that wraps up our breakdown of TurtleWoW patch 1.18. We didn't go through every single line of the patch notes, just the updates that feel the most impactful for PvP. For the full changelog, check out the official TurtleWoW website. Thanks for listening, and I hope this helped you make sense of all the changes without having to dig through the entire changelog yourself. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates, and I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what you're most excited about in this patch, or which change you think will have the biggest impact on the game. Until next time, good luck in the battlegrounds, and I'll see you out there.